Alright. Let's get to it. I think the governor is actually very close. Yes, governor's estate. Oh, rain.
Marvelous carvings.
I really want some rain
Yes,
right now.
this one is many centuries old. Blessed by Ngati herself.
Magnificent.
Very short rain, apparently. What exactly does the different difficulty levels change? So far, so it changes all the defenses on enemies. I'll show it once we get into combat. You can see that every time we hit someone, they have a lot more deflection. It'll tell you that it's like 15 more deflection for most of them, which is quite a lot considering we have 30. We have 30. There's the governor. So this is stealing. The old poor man in the other house, we just robbed him of every bit of valuables he had. And that didn't count as stealing for some reason. Build a party assist too. I'm not quite sure if this has changed since the beta. Let's see, it's only one now. And we have one. Probably still the same. Just remember when we first found the stash in the first cave, for some reason we didn't get a party assist. Even though Adair starts with 1 mechanics. No change to enemy types or their placement. No, but there are changes to the AI. They're more aggressive. I don't know if they're good enough, but they are more aggressive. Same mobs though, at least in the beta.
Ah, yes, there you are. As governor and under the auspices of the Valian Trading Company, please allow me to officially welcome you to Port Maje.
Spreads his hand in a subdued flourish.
I'd like to say the pleasure's all mine, but I try not to lie. Don't worry, I'm only here on account of him.
She bobs her head in your direction. I like her.
Of course. I see you've been as quick to involve yourself as ever.
Lario's tone is polite, but there's a strained edge to his wide smile as he turns from Zodi to address you.
Quite the event, receiving one of the godlike in our little town. Perhaps it will take the people's minds off recent events. Apologies for that little drama outside. These are confusing times, and people often react poorly to uncertainty. Between the storm, the pirates, and the, well, certain strange events, we are all a little on edge.
Quite a few. I really like the dialogue option so far. It was really good in the beta as well. When you start the beta, you start on an island, and the very first companions, or NPCs rather, that you interact with all had class-specific choices. It's good to see they really upped that a lot from the first game. Let's see. I'm on an important mission. I need to leave this island as quickly as possible.
They must be paying you very well to bring you out so far.
Nice.
What is this work?
Zodi lifts her head in interest. Oh, we need to check their dispositions as well. I think there's a tab for that. Tracking down Eothos for the god Barath. I have to find someone I'd rather not say. I'm not gonna tell him that we're working for Barath, because that's insane. I have to find someone.
A fearsome task out here. You have a great deal of water and land to cover. But I see your point. The sooner you are away, the less likely your quarry will slip the net.
Long live the reptiles. I think there's actually a lizardman companion that we're close to. Or rather, a pet, I think. I don't think there's a lizardman companion. So, you'll get your wish soon.
Now, to the matter of your ship. You're stranded, are you? It was a rough landing by all reports.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our own ships are in no condition to sail. We've had dealings with the pirates ourselves. They've taken their share of supply ships. The storm saw to those berthed in the harbor.
Just stop losing your time and go for it. I don't actually know where it is. I just heard that there is one soon. In the beta I had a dragon pet, so that counts for a lizard, surely?
All that said, I believe I may have a solution, provided you're willing to help me in turn.
I get it, things are falling apart and you need to save me. I'm the Lord of Caed Nua. I get it. Things are falling apart and you need me to save you.
I would not put it just so, but let's move on. I have the guards on the lookout for pirate vessels looking to take advantage of whatever damage the storm caused. We've cannons enough to see them off, but I need every man ready to use them. There is a site of some considerable value elsewhere on the island. A value to the trading company, you understand. In point of fact, it's the very reason any of us are here.
See? They all want lizardmen pets.
You're familiar with the luminous Adra trade?
Oh, history check. Metaphysics. What's luminous Adra?
A mineral of sorts. I'm afraid my interests lie in the economic implications. As I understand it, luminous Adra holds concentrated essence, and it is only found right here in the Deadfire Archipelago. It's also quite valuable. When refined, it sells for considerable sums. The trading company has invested a lot of time and money into locating sites suitable for mining and processing.
Get to the point,
We
Clario.
sought to improve the refinement process. To that end, we hired some of the brightest minds in the field of animancy and brought them out here to lend their expertise. And then one evening, a storm rolls in out of nowhere, and my scouts begin to report that a giant has marched its way across the island towards my dig site. What am I to make of that? We haven't heard from Mestre Odorisi since, nor any of his assistants, or the workers. I must know what has happened. If Odorisi, if his work is lost, then everything that we have worked for is at risk. Which is where you come in. You need a ship, I need information. See to this for me, and I'll set half the town to work. We'll patch up your ship, and you'll be free to go on your way.
We do need a ship. That's true.
For the highest bidder!
Thank you, Tutor. Thank you for the bits. It does work. Does seem to work. Aethos is out there stomping across the island and you're worried about some research?
Well, if Aothis happens to strike down the council, perhaps then I will have time to spare for him.
Clario lets out a sharp breath, evidently flustered by his own outburst. Zodi nibbles on her lips to hide his spreading smile.
Please do not repeat that. We each have our debts. Whatever you believe is going on, you can see it for yourself. That is precisely what I want.
And if I find this Odorisi?
Why, take his report on the situation and remind him that he's under certain contractual obligations. And relay my deep relief at his good health, of course.
Fine. It gets me off this island.
Gillard, then we are agreed. I will assign men to keep watch over your ship. You will find the dig site on the eastern side of the island. I'll mark it on your map here.
You'll do it for the Watcher, but not for me? I see how it is.
With a discontented sound, she crosses her arms over her chest. I mean, if you looked as scary as me, Zodi, I'm pretty sure he'd do it for you too.
Yes. Why wouldn't I want a pack of Dawn Stars crawling over my Adra mine in search of their lost deity?
Clario darts a quick, sour look in Zodi's direction.
One more thing. If you should recover Odorisi's notes, know that they would be of great value to me.
Right. Heard about this game, but I'm not really into it. What is it really about? Well, it's a very story-heavy game. If you've played CRPGs back in the day, the Infinity Engine games like Baldur's Gate 2, Fallout, those kind of games, you'll be familiar with the concept. A lot about character building in this one. For instance, our main character is a Crusader, which means he's a fighter / paladin. He's a fire godlike, as you could probably tell. It's very subtle, I know. But there's a few clues to that, and the fire godlike also means that, well, it has some build implications. Adair, we currently have him as a swashbuckler, which is a rogue/fighter. And Zodi is a single-class priest, is what we chose. However, we also could have made Zodi a monk or a monk/priest. We also could have made Adair a rogue or a fighter. And so, you know, you got all the standard RPG stuff, attributes, skills, things like that.
Yeah.
And the combat is real-time with pause, like the old Infinity Engine games. This is not stealing. Alright. Sure, I'll take some fish. But this is stealing. They're very peculiar about what is and isn't stealing in this world. Is he gonna notice?
Keeping an eye out.
Yeah, he's noticeable.
Uh-huh.
Come on. That was worth it. I like this though, they changed stealth in this game as well. It's now based on both vision and sound.
Let's take a look.
So this is his vision cone, and this is his sound. So right now we're in both. And every ability, every action you take in this game actually has a different level of sound involved. Come on, let me just get some more vegetables. Oh, he's not playing around. I don't know what the consequences of stealing are though. We accidentally stole some money with Adair before, and apparently he did get caught. I'm trying to see if that's noticeable somewhere. Don't think so. Also dispositions. Let's have a look at that. Can you find it? No, nope. Here we go. Reputation. So, Adair appreciates kindness and sentimentality towards animals of all kinds. He's anti-Eothosians, does not respond well to the criticism of hostility towards the followers of Eothas. He's anti-Eothosians, but he doesn't respond well to the criticism or hostility of them. Right. Okay, I see. It's the negative. Yeah, makes sense. Anti-Latin key, animal kindness, pro-Ethosian, right. Lighthearted. Pro-Latin key. Why are these double? Traditional. Oh, okay. So we stole something, so we lost a reputation point with poor Maje. Not a very severe penalty. Currently, we're moving heavily into passionate and clever. So if we were playing Bleakwalkers right now, which is a different paladin order, we would have lost a lot of deep faith defenses from the fact that we've used so many clever options. And we're kind of shady. We're disfavored by kind wayfarers right now, so we did lose a couple of points there. What did we do? I mean, we did sacrifice a man on the boat. That probably wasn't a very kind moment.
Sure.
We got a hat. Important. Where's the hat? Oh, here it is. Nice.
Yeah, I got it.
We can't wear hats as a godlike. That's our only downfall. We didn't check this room. What do you think about the lore so far? Do you like it? So it's the same world as Pillars 1, obviously. And Pillars 1 took quite a bit of time to build up to get really interesting. Because in the end they start giving you a lot of subtleties regarding the way gods work in this game.
Why not?
And there's a large impact of that in the lore. This game starts immediately with that. You've died at the start. And then you talk to a god. And those are certainly some of the more interesting elements of the lore. So it's nice to see them start off without... I mean, they had to because you're the same character. But nevertheless, the world itself, this city is pretty impressive. Right, it looks beautiful. We had a little bit of rain, very shortly.
Fresh fish!
We have fresh fish.
Race you
I have many fish here to trade.
Nice. So this actually is, instead of resting now, In the first game you just had resting supplies. Now you have to give your companions food, or else they'll get upset. Do we have enough, actually? I think we'll have quite a bit. Yeah, we have plenty.
No contest.
We did borrow
What?
some.
Just because you have webbed fingers and I can't swim?
You are a strange man.
So let's see. Reach the dig site. Reach the dig site. Okay. And find Mokea. I think this is the city we found before we got into Port Maje. We didn't go into it. But we'll have a look. Still.
It's not right. I came here on the first ship. Why does an islander get paid the same as I?
Oh, they had more dialogue.
How does it work? You inhale. It isn't complicated.
Can we open this? No.
Maybe I was wrong.
Norgund?
Ah, a new face. Are you looking for something in particular?
Mostly
I am an honest
legitimate.
merchant, sir. But I confess that the tools I supply have an unjustly sinister reputation. How my clients decide to use these items is not my responsibility, after all.
Have a look. Lockpicks. Nice. We only have 5. I think we'll just buy these. Lockpicks are always nice. Onyx. Thief's Putty. Mechanic Slide of... Ooh, this might be good, actually. Do we have any of this? If so, we should definitely be using it. We have 1. Buy this as well. Although, nope, never mind. Way too expensive. We're not that rich. We could sell some things, though. We have too many sabers, dagger, crossbow, hammer. Don't need any of this. I want to sell the hat. Maybe we should. Let's sell the hat. Yes, I do have a face. I know. It's a strange concept, but I do have one. The torch might be useful. Let's keep that. Titan leg. There's so many. I don't want to sell any of these ingredients. We might need them for alchemy. We do, don't know if we need to use that in this game on Path of the Damned. In the first game it was very helpful. Although certainly not mandatory on Path of the Damned. Yeah. We got basically nothing for this. Nevertheless, we got some lockpicks. Let's get some of these. Creation with weapons. This is a usable thing, right? Yeah. This is all food. We got some more traps. Do we want to use this? Do you need mechanics for this? No. I think mechanics just improves it. You don't need it.
Uh-huh. Alright, but I'm keeping what's in there.
I don't think we want to waste the Thief's Putty just to break into a couple of inn rooms. Much as I want to steal all their belongings. We just arrived. Let's figure out if we like these people or not first.
Sure, a weather mage is a useful person to have on a crew.
But to tame a storm? That Huana woman frightens me.
Sorry, we haven't any rooms for you. Guessing you're the one came in off that shipwreck down south. Not sure if that's good luck or bad, but here, I figure you deserve a drink.
Thank you. He slides a murky pint of ale across the counter towards you. Gained ale. Ale. Right, this is... I mean, we can get mercenaries here if we want to. Let's not do that right now. Actually go do a quest. Oh, more grog.
These Dawn Stars drive me mad. Every
And more
the
fish.
same heat.
So I think if we go out and go up immediately, we go to the first city where the Amwa woman is. I assume. Oh, look at this. The city in the beta was very small, but this actually has multiple locations. Have a look at the Goressi Street. Very reminiscent of Baldur's Gate. As you make your way along through the side streets of Port Maje, you come upon visible traces of the storm's passing. Many of the houses here boast cracked window panes and sagging awnings, and you pass narrow streets strewn with foliage and debris. The cobblestones beneath your feet are still slick with water and silt. Before long, you are ankle deep in sucking mud and loose stones. The flooding only worsens up ahead, where the water level rises to the knees. Most of Port Maje's residents have fled this region for dry land. But the murmur of raised voices ahead and the occasional splash suggests that you are not entirely alone. Maybe we shouldn't be here yet. Looters. Do we have any reason to actually be here? Currently? I don't think so. Lantern of Gone. These are much higher levels. Let's actually just play this safe and go back for a second. Did we look at everything in Port Maje's harbor? I thought so, but... Just to double check. It is Ironman after all. Can't afford to make mistakes. Yeah, we've been in all of these. Oh, we've not been in jail. Do we want to go to jail? Let's have a look at jail. Oh, and a secret. Look at that. Good thing we went back. Ulterior.
Ado, begging your pardon for the mess, sir. We are still recovering from the storm. We have supplies here for the paying customer. Provisions for the road, perhaps? Have a look.
Death's Maw? Grants death runes. Being near a killed enemy grants temporary damage reduction. Doesn't say how much. That's good though. Sounds good. Ring of Minor Deflection. +2 deflection. It's not a lot. It's also not very expensive. We could buy this. 2 deflection on a ring. You know what? Let's get this. Okay, let's have a look at Jill. Oh, actually, secret.
A spy, no doubt about it.
Talking about magic rings, grants suppress affliction.
Quite
Nice.
the dramatic entrance for us.
Guess we'll give that to a dare. Suppress affliction is an ability we already have on Zodi. So we don't need to give it to her. Although it costs let's just keep it on
Royal
on
Deadfire
Adair.
Company works with all types.
On a Deerwood ship, they don't have the imagine.
Just in case Zodi gets caught instead. Spread it out.
can do nothing without more guards.
This sounds like a quest.
Yes? What is it I can do for you?
Watch Commander look up at you after her listless greeting, and you notice that she has a dark bruise around one eye. She grimaces, but does not turn away. How are things here in Port Maje?
We lost no one to the storm, but many homes have been damaged, and the people are terrified of this giant the scouts reported. It is chaos, pure and simple, but things might have been far worse. Something you wanted?
I don't see many guards around.
We are stretched thin. The storm speaker did much to help, but much of the town has flooded. Now we are awash in homeless citizens and stranded merchants, to say nothing of the cultists out there.
Tavia glances up at Zodi, expression flat, but keeps silent.
Now I have Ilari's people making trouble up on Gorechi Street. His little gang is looting everything they can get their hands on, and the Bozzo kicks up his heels like a prince.
Good thing we went back, because this sure sounds like a quest.
Lucky for you that I'm around. I humbly offer my services. Let me out and I will bring you this Ilari's teeth.
Shut it, Rigere.
I could speak to this, Ilari.
Kue, I cannot say it would not be welcome, but you are only recently arrived, and not I here by choice. Why do this?
You do the mercenary choice, because that's her background. Eothas is responsible for all of this. I've had enough of the gods upending people's lives whenever they feel like it.
We have suffered misfortune, it is true. But I do not think we have given the gods cause to involve themselves. It was only a storm. The rest, greed and opportunity.
Zodi flicks her sickle back and forth, agitated. We have that sickle, not Zodi.
Gorechi Street is in the western part of town. Just walk until you hit water. We don't need a bloodbath. I'm sure there's a peaceful solution to resolve this. I'd appreciate your looking for it.
Alright. Sorry, Zodi, but it's ours now. So, good thing we went back. Now we can go back to Gorechi Street. Wait, hang on. Let's check the... if it's... it might be too high level, though. No, that looks about right. And I'm sure those looters at the start will be friendly. We actually leveled up, let's do that first. Log zone, can't run. I'm curious how much we lost. Where is it? 11.5 currently. So I guess we lost half a point of defenses from not being entirely true to our kind wayfarer disposition. That's fine. It's not a lot, like I said. In the first game, if you didn't roleplay accordingly to the paladin order you picked, it didn't matter that much. It was a pretty small reduction. Looks like it's not very big here either. Although we haven't done much yet to piss them off. We could get religion, so the sickle skills with this. So this is both a dialogue and combat choice now, because of our weapon. That might be smart. I still would like to up bluff though, because I tend to like the bluff dialogue choices. We might find a new hatchet anyway, so let's just do bluff. And we'll do one more point in athletics, because it's really good on our tank. Now we have a choice. We could get Deep Faith, which increases our defenses even more. It's quite good. Right now we don't need it though, at this level. At this level, killing things faster is better than being able to survive longer in general. Could also get Fast Runner. We could get Knockdown. All of those are fairly good options. Knockdown doesn't really synergize with the fact that we're dual wielding, because it's only a primary attack. In this game, attacks are either full attacks or primary attacks. And next level we'll be able to get our stances. So... I don't think we get any mobility except until level 10. If we picked Swashbuckler, we would have had a lot of mobility. I think we'll just go with, level 4 we pick stances. We also pick... We could pick auras. We get both. At level 4, we're gonna get 1 point for each because we're multi-classing. So we'll pick 2 weapon style. Because that's the biggest damage increase we can get right now. And we'll pick stances because stances are better than the auras, at least early on. Then at level 5, we'll pick, let's see. Level 5, we'll pick auras. At level 6, we can get Inspired Defense. Inspired Defense is better than Deep Faith. We could also get Inspiring Triumph. That's also better than Deep Faith. Arguably. We do have to kill something for it, but we will. It's worse against bosses. We could also get Divine Purpose, which is also better than Deep Faith, although it's only, I mean, it's conditional, right? Quite good though. Or Determination. So either way, if we don't pick Deep Faith now, we're probably not picking it up later on. Same goes for Fast Runner. We'll get a lot of passives as we get to higher levels that are going to be important to pick up. Ages of Loyalty. We might want to get Scion of Flame for more damage. We'll definitely want to get Armored Grace, which gives us more attack speed, more action speed. I think we also want to get a couple of these immunities. So ultimately we're stretched pretty thin in terms of choice when it comes to passives. So actually our choice right now is pretty important because it's going to completely lock out the other options because we're not getting those again. So if we're not getting Fast Runner now or Deep Faith now, we're not going to get that again. Same with Knockdown, I think. We have Knockdown currently on Adair. So I think we won't get Knockdown. And we'll get plenty of ways to spend our Discipline as we get to higher levels. So it's between Fast Runner and Deep Faith. Deep Faith is going to be better in the long run, I want to say. Because those defenses start to add up. But I also don't think we're going to get any movement abilities. Well, we will at level 10, but before that we won't get any way of increasing our character speed during combat. I guess past level 10 it's not going to matter though. Because we'll just charge everywhere. Okay, let's do Deep Faith. Gotta think about this. We can't reload if we decide otherwise. For Adair, we're gonna get more athletics. It's a good heal. Although we might want to pick up some alchemy and arcana at some point. More mechanics. Sleight of hand and stealth. We'll do one in athletics for him. And do more survival. What else did we have actually? We don't have any diplomacy, that's fine. We're not going to be diplomatic, I guess. Yeah, he has knockdown. He doesn't have escape. Escape's quite a good reposition tool, especially because we are playing Adair more aggressively. So we want to reposition him a lot. We want to get Smokeville. I want him to get two-handed weapons, not dual wielding. Dual wielding is what I wanted to do on my main character if we had gone Swashbuckler, because then we're making a tank and then we'll pick up things like Persistent Distraction later on, which is an amazing passive. We won't do that now, we won't get that on Adair. We're just building for damage essentially. On that note, let's get Backstab then. Backstab's really good for that. He is not an assassin unfortunately. But there's no way to make him an assassin. His perception is actually really low for this. Oh well. And then Zodi.
What can I do you for?
Give her some Arcana. And some... Oh, she's pretty diplomatic. I don't think I want to do diplomacy options though. History would be useful. History is going to be checks that... Like, diplomacy is going to happen when we also have checks where Probably. Where we also have checks where we can be intimidating or aggressive. History is probably going to be a separate check every single time. So let's get history instead. Then, because she's a single class, she does get power level 2. This is unique for her. Spiritual weapon, a sickle, and a lantern. She already has those, but a better one, I assume. I don't think we're gonna bother with that. We're not gonna play her into melee much. That seems really risky. She does get withdrawal free. That's nice. That's a good spell. What else does she get? Circle of Protection. Couple of druid spells. I think we'll get Pillar of Faith. Pillar of Faith is a really good ability. Really good damage ability. It, does it still knock down? Yeah, it still knocks down. Prone. Got Suppress Affliction still. I'd like to get Blessing, but Blessing doesn't stack with, if we get rid of Adair, which we might, depending on who else we get. We'll see. Then we might get Blessing, because right now Insightful is not going to stack with our buffs on our main character and on Adair. I think we'll do Iconic Projection. Some healing, some damage. We don't need any weapon skills on her. Not really. We might get... Depending on our range weapon, we might get one later. Let's talk to this ghost. Hopefully before the looters get us. We can't have witnesses. Yeah, that seems nice. I'm sure they'll be kind. There we go. Should have stealthed. Can he still stealth?
Keep it down first.
Okay, we still got him to stealth. These are ranged. They're gonna hurt. He has a gun. They're definitely gonna hurt. We should have picked Fast Runner for this. Let's see, let's try and knock them down. They're too far away to both knock down, unfortunately.
Yeah?
Get him up there. Yeah, look at that. Look at that damage. We definitely should have stealthed. I think I'll have to run him towards the melee looter just so I can self-heal. Look at that damage though. Insane.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, they noticed him. Okay, let's just kill them one by one.
Good.
Come on, do something please, before you die. Thank you. Okay, don't do the heal now. Flank them here. They do so much damage. This is nuts. We have no, we don't have ranged weapons out on her. That's a mistake. Okay, now we should be able to self-heal. They're trying to heal too. Interrupts, right? Yes. Okay. That's one. We burned a lot of resources on one character. They do so much damage though. So yeah, you can... regarding Path of the Damned, have a look. There you can see Path of the Damned, they get 15 more deflection. Which is almost double. See how much damage they do. And they also get 15 accuracy from Path of the Damned. Which is also almost double. Fortunately, we have no good ranged approach here. I guess I could actually switch to ranged and try and interrupt him. Do they dare? I think we need her to throw down a heal. Or he... Yeah, there we go. So much damage. Use another potion.
Let's go.
Hogwash! We're dropping like flies.
Well, that's a dare.
After him.
Maybe we should have waited with this mission. Just, stunned. We might need to do that. His recovery is going to be big after this. We're running out of heals really quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. Problem is we need, in order to get the healing off, we need to be in melee range. Now they're hitting Zodi. Try and back her off a bit.
After him.
Okay, she doesn't have athletics yet. That's a problem. We should have given her athletics.
After him. Take
Okay, well, what we learned, guns are very scary if you can't move.
Got it.
Maybe we need to reconsider getting a fast runner. In the beta, you didn't really have areas where terrain was a big deal. There was one, like, groggy sand location, but that's about it. What else is this? What's this? Deadeye. We'll give that to Zodi, I want to say. No, we'll give it to our dude. And a hatchet. But the sickle's better.
Something must be wrong with my vision. No matter how much I blink, I cannot make out more than blurry lights in the darkness. You are quite blinding.
What's the last thing you remember?
Pain. I came to help one of the traders gather her belongings. Then other men came. They struck me over and over. Is that why I cannot see?
Follow along if you must.
Ikara, I will follow. You are hard to lose sight of.
No problem.
See what these looters had. A lot. Ice wine. Maybe we should give this to Zodi. Actually, we're gonna give this to, no, he already has a bow. Unfit for melee. Yeah, we'll give this to Zodi.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be better than pistols. Although the reload time is really long. But we'll only use it when we're not casting spells. Although they are also inaccurate. You know what, we'll stay with the pistols for now. So we got meaningful reason to switch. It might be really good on Adair once we get him weapon specialization and such. Protective Eothosian Charm. Darkest Before Dawn. Grants health over time, reduces incoming damage when the wearer is near death. Thank you. That's very helpful right now. Instead of... yeah, we'll give this back to Adair. We did steal it from him.
Well, this looks great.
So we're gonna have to be pretty careful here, turns out.
Leave it to me.
Real quiet.
Let's see, we did use a bomb. We still have one, so we don't need to change that. This is distraction, right? Yeah. Let's do a dare, so he has 2 of those.
Yeah, no problem.
Sneak around. Another ghost. Wait, oh, we can steal from the ghost. Really? Let's try and steal from the ghost. Nothing.
Hey.
Surprising. He does have a debuff now because he went down. A gaping wound. Max health reduced. We could rest. Let's wait and see if we're gonna go into any fights. You can't talk to them by yourself, it's okay.
Nothing but endless grey mist. This is not the afterlife I was promised.
Turns out there's a lot about that they don't tell you.
You seem to know where you are going.
The soul crosses ethereal arms over her chest.
Watcher, you're talking to a lost soul, aren't you? I'll just shine them the light real quick.
The lantern rattles as Zodi swings it overzealously between you, siphoning in the spirit's essence. We didn't... okay.
Sure.
How kind. Yeah, we're not gonna move around here much, so I guess this might have been the only fight in this place. Maybe. Although, depending on how we're gonna handle... we're here to, what's his name? Meet up with someone. We might go into a fight there. Could be up here, I guess. Yep, he is. Are they hostile? Not yet. This should be a lot easier, actually, if we go into a fight, because they're all in one place and we'll be right in front of them. The main issue was trying to get through the water. Actually, let's stealth this guy. We want him closer than this. I don't think stealth's gonna work. Move him up here.
Sure.
Might do.
Dimming the lantern.
Not much cause to come out this way unless you're looking for trouble. Though you've found it.
The young elf's hand drops to the pistol in his belt, palming the grip. The faintness hint of a sneer plays about his lips, there we go, as he watches you unblinking. Sylvia sent me she needs you to stop, to put a stop to the looting. Larry snorts, his nose wrinkling. He regards you for a moment longer in expectant silence. Then he throws his head back, letting out a braying, unpleasant laugh.
Merle, she must be desperate. Not so desperate as to come here, on her knees to beg for herself, but she sent you. No, there's my answer. I get my cut. There's no sense in ruining a good thing.
Could fight this. Although Adair is wounded. We are in a good position for a fight. Let's see if we can do the like if we fail the diplomacy check.
A favor? Merle, I should buy her dinner, maybe.
Mid-chortle, Ilari's brows draw together. He runs a thumb along his jaw, frowning.
Done. I'll do it. Bon Piaco. Can't be too bad, having a commander in your pocket. Tell Xavier this isn't permanent. Second the water clears up and things are back to normal, we're through. I'll spread the word. Gorechi Street is under lawful protection now.
I did kind of want to fight them, to be honest. That actually, almost got dangerous at that one point. Gotta be very careful of rough waters and guns. Go back to jail.
Keeping out of trouble? A little jest. What is it?
I convinced Alari to keep watch on Gorechi Street.
Perfetto. He's a little shitne, but a lazy one. He will not cause trouble if he does not have to. Easier to work with a familiar face for the moment. I can deal with him later. So, we have one small part of Port Maje under control. A good start. Well, here you are, for your time. If I had 10 men like you, the whole of Port Maje would be set right within the week.
That's a lot of copper. Let's rest in the inn. We'll probably get a benefit for that. And we need to rest to get rid of Idair's wound. And after this, we're going to move out of this city. We might get into some more fights. Hopefully without a lot of guns. Here.
Still kicking, eh? What'll it be?
What's this about the
We're
rooms?
full up.
Oh, well,
You aren't
never
the
mind.
first outsider to turn up looking for a place to stay after their ride off the island ended up at the bottom of the sea.
He pauses, fixing you with a considering eye.
Well, tell you what. I've got one room ought to have been cleared out by now. Only the occupants decided to outstay his welcome. Real trouble is, he hasn't settled his bill. He's a merchant captain by the name of Galleon. I've given him a fair chance, but he's been a right prick about the whole thing. I've got a spare key here. You chase him and his pals off, and the room's yours. At a discount.
I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it, truly. I'll have someone tidy the place up for you once you're through. Chances are they've spilled ale just about everywhere. I don't want the man dead, and that's not what I'm paying for. Just see him on his way and we'll call it done.
Alright. I don't really want to waste food to rest right now, so depending on how many people are in this room, find out.
Sure.
Don't remember ordering more drinks.
A lot of people. I think we'll be fine.
Thought I'd locked that thing.
The glassy-eyed gentleman before you bears the miserable expression of the recently sober. He also smells like he's been pickling in a cask for a few days.
Blazes. I was going to say you wandered into the wrong room, but by the look of things, it runs in the family.
So, you're so kind so far, huh?
Try not to slam the door on your way out, yeah? My head's going to pieces.
I'm here for the rent.
Oh, aye. You running Thorol's errands? Well, I haven't got his pay, and he knows it. Come back tomorrow. Better yet, tell him I'll swing by myself when I do have it.
How's the Path of the Damned difficulty compared to the first game so far? So far, it's certainly easier. We just had a risky moment there, but that was mainly because of the terrain, rather than the enemies. In Path of the Damned, on the first game, like the first bear was pretty scary already. So they certainly ease you in more slowly here. Intimidate 2. Maybe we could share the room? I don't think so. Have you looked at me? I'm not afraid of him and his fancy hat. You can leave on your feet or get dragged out by the ankles, your choice. Although if we do this, isn't this against kind wayfarers? Whatever. Galleon sneers for a moment, but something in your expression squelches his confidence in a hurry. He scratches nervously at his beard.
All right. Just keep your boots on. We're leaving. Thorol wants us out on the streets so bad, so be it.
You serious, Galleon? Where are we supposed to go?
The Amel woman glowers at you before following him out. And we got ourselves a room. And we can finally rest. Get some bonuses. So I think we have to talk to the innkeeper again, right?
For the highest bidder!
Thank you, Stunman. The 49 bits. Thank you. Would you rather I say Stunman or Mike? This is very Witcher, his music. I like it. Oh, we're definitely coming back here to steal this. I want this on my ship.
Let's take a look.
We'll come back to this.
What do you...
I got it.
Still kicking, eh? What'll it be?
I cleared out that room for you.
Hey, good work. Times like these, I can't afford to keep on anyone who can't pay their tab. The second word got around, I'd have every pauper in the city on my doorstep. The room's yours if you want it. And for a job well done, here's your pay.
It's a lot of copper.
Still kicking, eh? What'll it be?
Alright.
Sure thing.
Costs 40. That's nothing. 2 diplomacy and intimidate bluff. Alright. Kind of hoping for some combat buffs, to be honest, but... I'll take it. It's a lot better than what we get from food right now. And it's free. Well, almost free.
Still kicking, eh? What'll it be? Didn't think you had 2 cop...
Alright. Let's get out of this city. How much was that helmet? Maybe we can buy that now.
We have supplies. Have a look.
We can. It doesn't say how much it does, which is quite annoying. Of course, we can't use it because we're a fire godlike. Because of our beautiful protrusions. We can't wear helms. But we can give this to a dare. It's a Bleakwalker helmet. Hans' helmet, designed to make him visible to his subordinates through the dust and viscera, became an icon of approaching death for any warrior brave or foolish enough to stand against the Bleakwalkers. When the paladin finally fell in battle, his few surviving enemies cut his head from his shoulders. According to legend, Hans' head continues to bellow from within the helm, ordering his men to press the charge and leave none alive. How could I not buy this? Dumbfounded, the victors buried Hans' head unceremoniously and left his corpse to the ravens. The helm's travels, however, were not entirely cut to an end. We have to buy this now. Alright, Adair, it's your lucky day. Look at that. I'm gonna keep it on. It fits beautifully with the rest of his gear.
Well, don't see why not.
Can we buy a two-handed weapon yet? Do we have one? I don't think so. We'll be able to... Let's see. What other shops? We have a market here in the middle. Henrik?
Here you find civilization, amigo. But outside these walls, the jungle will eat you alive. That is... unless you prepare yourself, ne? Why...
Because I'd like to get a dare, a two-handed weapon, because it scales better with stealth attacks. You do a greatsword. A Morningstar is not going to be great. Greatsword. Morningstar gets fortitude reduction when you get the modal. It's not going to be very relevant with our build. We're not going to do a lot of fortitude attacks on any character, I imagine. Maybe once we get a druid. Greatsword, I don't remember what Greatsword gets. I think increased penetration, maybe? At the cost of accuracy? Is that Greatsword? Or is that S-Stock? Either one. Greatsword is pretty good though. So that's 2 damage types. It's quite nice. And I know the modal isn't bad, at least. The bad modals in general are the ones that give insane recovery speed increases. Those you generally want to avoid. Poleaxes weren't in the beta. So I'm not sure what... I think the modal is engagement, right? So that's not going to be good for a dare. Although he is a swashbuckler. But I'd rather get more damage on him. I think stats-wise it's still going to be worse than the greatsword. More penetration. I would say it's actually better then. Anything else? Let's look at the... Where's the S-Stock? That might be really good for him. With this? No, that's a sword. There we go. I think this is actually the best one because the S-stocks have insane penetration. Let's get him an S-stock. It costs nothing. Anything we want to change on her, maybe? She has a shield right now, right? The lantern? I don't think her melee weapon matters much. We can enchant this now. Oh, we can make it fine. +1 shield deflection. Light of the Dawn Star. Gives nearby allies a chance to resist incoming spells. That's nice. Although they don't stack. The spell resistance doesn't stack. Well, I think. Unless they changed it. No, wait, doesn't it work like conversion from grazes to hits? So 10% of our attacks are going to get... 10% of spells are going to get resisted. Which means they're probably separate checks. I gotta check that somehow. Gonna be difficult on Ironman mode because we can't go back if we make a mistake. Refreshing Aura. That's also nice. These are a lot better than the fine choice, so let's not do this. Weapon-wise, I'm not sure what we want to actually use on her. Maybe a bow. Just some. I think something with quicker recovery time. What's he using? This would be better on her. A hunting bow? Let's give her a hunting bow. Just so in case in between spells we don't get caught up between her recovery time if we need some panic spells. And then we'll give him the S-stock. I gotta unequip this first. I'm sorry. Come on. There you go. Looks quite fancy. Very stealthy too. Fits the helmet. How exactly does engagement work? So, in this game, in the first game, in Pillars of Journey 1, every time you were in melee, you would get an engagement on an enemy. Nowadays, it's only... Nowadays. In this game, every character starts at 0. So, for instance, our dude still has 0. Right now, he doesn't have any engagement because none of our weapons give engagement slots. And none of the passives we've picked so far give engagement slots. If we give him a spear... Well, we can't now, but if we would have given him a spear and a modal for that, that would have given 1 engagement. So there's multiple sources to get engagement. She has a shield, so she has +1 engagement. Funny enough, the priest, the support backline healer, is the best at tanking right now. At least when it comes to keeping aggro off of others. But the way it works is once you get close in melee range, so if you have reach weapons, you have more melee range, you'll get... Depending on how many engagement slots you have, you'll engage 1 enemy or 2 or 3. If they move away from that engagement, they inflict a disengagement attack, which has a lot more... I don't know what the exact number is nowadays. Because it changed around a bit in the beta. Let's see if it's in here. They'll inflict a disengagement attack, which has a lot more penetration and more accuracy, meaning they don't want to leave your engagement. And if you're engaged by an enemy, you really don't want to leave because they'll hurt you a lot. There's a boss in the beta where if you walk out of his engagement without breaking it, he'll basically one-shot you. See if it says so here anywhere. And there are some abilities that break engagement. And some penalties as well. If you stun an enemy with who is engaging someone, he won't be engaging anymore. Things like that. But for your tank, you definitely want to get engagement slots. So, luckily we'll get those once we get level 4, which is next level, because we'll have stances. I don't see any numbers here. Well, we'll have to check how much more penetration it is nowadays. If you get Unbroken, it's +10, which is nuts. So Unbroken are really good for that. But we picked Devoted. Because Devoted, I think, is... more interesting. So you use CC to break engagement, like the fighter knockdown. Yeah, that would be one way. If you do knockdown, they'll get prone. If they're prone, they cannot engage. Let's see, this is hobbled. Hobbled won't break engagement. There's a few different... I don't think I have any other ones right now. This prones as well, so it breaks engagement. If you pick escape on a dare or on a rogue, you could also use that and it won't trigger engagements. So those are mobility skills that won't trigger it. The barbarian will... What's this? Is this where we have to go? The barbarian will have a sprint where he'll be immune to engagement, things like that. See the better man. We did this, right? There might be consequences. We did do it. Burning Bridge. Anua tribe, northwest of Port Maje. Anua village. Down to God, so these are at the dig sites. We don't know what's up here. We could leave town or we could go here now. I think I know where the other one is, so let's leave town first. Because we already saw it before we came to this city. I think that's it, at least. I'm sure we will be back at Port Maje quite a bit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure... No, wait, this is a burial site. I know what tribes. Yeah, there we go. I think this is the one, right? Maybe? What did it say in terms of location? Northwest. Okay, that's... Sounds like that's it. Don't see anything else. You come upon a flight of white steps that descend deep into the earth. Chill air radiates from a dark doorway at the bottom of the stairs. It smells faintly of dust and cold stone. I guess this isn't it. Nevertheless, we're gonna have a look around. You take some time to search the burial site and find a yellowed scroll. Scrolls of blessing. Those are irrelevant because they won't stack with what we already have. Let's keep searching. Nothing useful? Alright. So that's not it. Northwest, though. Okay, that's probably actually the... this place, then. That makes sense. I assumed it would have been on the map. Still, we found some scrolls of buffs we can't use. I suppose we could use them and maybe save some resources. Oh, this is aware. What was it again? Intuitive? Intuitive is actually better. No, insightful, right. Yeah, 5 perception. Intuitive is the direct upgrade to aware. So this is currently... we're gonna sell these. Because they give +5 perception. And this already gives +5 perception. They don't stack. A dare has it as well. We'll want to put these on as much as possible.
Yeah.
In combat. Oh, I'm sorry, that's stealing. What do you have anyway? Crumpled note. Can I read this? I can just read this. Namai, I know it is you taking my books. Why are you wasting time with Valiant stories when there is work to be done? At least keep them dry. And a long book. Well, let's not steal this for now. We might come back to it. Let's talk to the storm speaker. We already saw her before. Seated upon a chair before the bonfire, Ikawa looks considerably more comfortable here in her home village. She prods absently at the coals with a long stick. Ikawa's lined face is pocked with fading scars, but there's no hostility in her calm appraisal to approach.
For many years, I've only ever seen one of your kind. And then, the Valiants come. And many things change.
There's been so many godlike specific dialogue choices so far. It's really nice.
They told me what became of your ship. I say again that you are lucky. It is the only ship that survives.
See, it's a good thing I picked this for the portrait, because it's also giving us a lot of unique dialogue.
I could protect Port Maje, or else its ships, but not both. Perhaps Clario thinks I chose poorly.
Doesn't look like the storm did much damage here.
To a storm speaker, the storm is a friend, gentled by a word. And Satahuzi is blessed with several storm speakers. We were able to shield the village from much of the weather. Some of it is mere luck. Most of our canoes were here by the shore. We did lose one of our voyagers. It will take some work to replace it.
Did your people see the giant? The fabulous giant?
Yes, one of the old titans, say the priests. Andra is angry. The why, our priests do not know. I am only glad it has journeyed elsewhere.
The giant is Eothas. I need to know where he's going. No. A titan?
Ngati, Andra's realm, harbors many great beasts. They say the ancestors of the Kahanga tribe, and so their queen, hold pacts with such creatures. My priests wonder if this is her doing.
Can you help me free my ship?
Yes, but it will take Clario's assistance. Convince him, and I will aid you.
Why wait on Clario's word?
You are one of his people now. It falls on him to protect you.
I disagree vehemently. Mokeha is causing trouble in town. Gawa sighs deeply and folds her hands in her lap.
Mokeha is proud, like her father. Each day this alliance tests her patience. What has happened?
She nearly killed a man.
Mokeha could have killed him, if she wished to. Is it not enough that he lives?
She lives in your village. She's your responsibility.
If you wish something from Mokeha, my advice is to trade for it. Is that not how the outsiders get everything they need?
Okay, find Mokeha. Talk to her first. Eophania.
Fancy a look at the wares, my friend?
Did you see the fight between Rinko and Mokeha?
Did I see it? Best night of my life.
She jabs vaguely at the air, pretending to throw punches.
And he was snuffed out like a candle, poor bastard. I assumed he was being his usual charming self. How he and the wife get on so well, I have no idea. Why do you ask?
Do you know who started it?
Not really. I saw the Huano woman bearing down on him, looking like trouble. They argued for a bit. His buddies were dragging him down the road not long after that.
Okay, let's see what she has then.
Best goods on the island.
Lucky fruit. Recovery time. That's very nice. I think we... What do we have right now in terms of food? Penetration with weapons, that's really good. Ahiwa snappers. Can we buy those? Nope, not here. Perception, health restored. Not a lot though. 1 every 6 seconds. Okay, let's buy some of this fruit. That's actually quite good. And sandals. 20% stride, plus 1 resolve. That is actually excellent right now. We got more than enough money. Buy all of this. Get ourselves some more stride, because that was by far the only risky element. Where is it? Where did you go? For some reason it went to it there. Alright. Got ourselves some beautiful sandals.
Got it.
Now to find Mokewa. Mohakwa, Mokewa, Mokeha. Hello. The Amoa woman steps sideways, angling herself towards you, and meets you with your gaze with an intense stare.
Outsiders of every sort. This is what the Valians have brought us.
Her scarred brow wrinkles, and her frown deepens into a somber grimace.
You were looking for Kawa?
Rinko says that you robbed him during a card game. What are these options? Dwarf, Orlin, Amoa.
Rinko?
She scoffs in a guttural burst of sound.
The Valian? You jest, Akira. I should have thrown him into the sea. He dares to call me a thief?
So you admit to beating him?
Yes, and so? I say he earned worse, yet I was merciful. Ikawa told me I should see the tavern, speak with their people, learn patience. The traitor Eophania, she taught me to play Valian cards. A simple game, but none would play with me in the tavern. Not until Rinko. I thought him kind, until I proved the victor, and he grew angry. Until he stood in front of his kin and called me a Mataru of Satahuzi, a filthy islander and a cheat. For that, yes, I beat him. Why does this concern you?
Should have told the guards you've been branded a thief.
I am no thief. Do you mean to insult me? I am Mataru. I am the guard in Satahuzi. I defend this village. If I see fit to punish a man, it is my duty.
Without that coin, Rinko will lose his home.
Don't be foolish. Clario will see to him.
Priest of Skane? I like Skane. Those have interesting, the god of defiance, violent rebellion, and secret hatred, covert plots, resentment, and envy. It's quite the package to have. But I imagine they have some very interesting dialogue options. Rinko has a child to feed. It's not as if you need his money.
Why did this not prevent him playing at cards in the first place? Are all Valians so mad for coin? So then, what am I to do? I did not wish him dead.
I think people usually apologize for this sort of thing. Kinda want to fight her though. Just as a nice sort of friendly challenge sort of thing. Let's do that. Let's see how strong we are. Okay, nods slowly, her expression pleased. She rolls her shoulders and settles into a fighting stance. Oh, we all get to fight her? That doesn't seem very honorable. Not that we necessarily are, but there's some really good defenses. Much better than ours, although we have more armor rating. A lot of fortitude.
Yeah?
Okay, start this off well. Oh, we're not technically in combat yet. There we go. Let's throw her, let's throw a giant pillar on her face. Because why not? So she is currently, guarding engagement, she is currently engaging Ayer, our main dude. Which is a result of her having a shield. So if you're... The lighting is a bit weird here now. So if you're unaware of whether or not an enemy has engagement slots, if they have a shield, they'll definitely have an engagement slot. If they have a spear, they'll probably have an engagement slot. That kind of stuff. It's consistent at least. Oh, wait, is he engaging a dare? Okay, he's engaging a dare. You can see the crosshair change here. I thought it was on hair, but he's actually... She's engaging a dare. So instead what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep him here. We don't want him to move, because he'll get a very nasty hit. We already did, yeah. So we'll hobble her. And then we're gonna move Hayer around, because he can move. Although, as long as you move in melee range, you're not gonna get an engagement hit. Just gotta be a bit careful on the movement there. Gonna put Sworn Enemy on her. Sworn Enemy, I don't think it says so here, does it? No, it marks a target. Which, unless it's changed, it's 20% more damage from the Paladin's attacks. So it's very good against bosses, in that sense. Okay, now she's engaging Hayer. So even though she engaged a dare, she did hit Zodi, which is interesting. I guess she quickly switched. Doesn't matter, we should be able to heal here. Let's knock her down to interrupt her ability. Wait, what's this? I think we may have run into an issue. I think that's actually game over. I'm fairly certain these aren't meant to trigger. That doesn't make any sense for the entire crazy strong group. The entire city to trigger. Oh wait, do we straight up kill her? That's not how I assumed this would go. That's not what I assumed the dialogue was intending to go with. Well, this is interesting. Okay, now we have to kill the entire city somehow. Alright, here we go. That is very unfortunate.
Hey.
I didn't really want to kill these. I liked Ikawa. Although I'm fairly certain she's gonna kill us. But look, yeah, we also don't have any. We need to restore. We need to use Empower here because we need those self-healing attacks.
You like that?
No one noticed
We're not gonna use Sworn Enemy because we need those resources, evidently. Let's see if this does anything. Frightened. And use hostile abilities, that might be useful. Let's do that. Well, the recovery time, it's okay. Nah, you know what? Let's just keep attacking.
Let's go.
Yeah?
Probably a better choice. I'd like to flank her. And hobble her. We still got Holy Radiance. Let's do that. I'm not going to move her because if you move, you incur an action speed penalty, even though her positioning isn't the best for this ability.
Yeah?
Okay. Reactivate Discipline Barrage. So far, we're okay. We're okay. Let's empower her as well. That way we can get another... Do we want to do Pillar of Faith or do we want to do... Pillar of Faith is amazing. She does have a unique ability. We've not used this yet. It's a lot of damage. It's insane, the damage. Let's try this. We'll wait for her to die first. So let's just shoot her for now. He's not doing anything for some reason. Okay, let's try this ability on her. And we'll throw down the Flames of Devotion to heal Adair. He's still flanked. Because we heal in AoE. That didn't do much. Oh, it missed. Nice. Try it on him.
Hey.
Got it.
No one knows.
Missed again. Wait, does it have really bad accuracy? 28? Not really. Okay, he needs to heal. He should be able to heal.
After him.
Is he quicker? Oh, that's gonna be really... Yeah, he's quicker. Nope. Someone else fired. What happened here? I'm pretty sure we just ran into very curious bugs. Someone else fired. Alright. Let's try and frighten him, I guess. No, he did fire first, I assume. Nope, nope, definitely someone there. Great. They're really tanky. Shoot him. There he is.
Let's go.
There might be more. No, that's it. That might be the only two. Why is she not? Oh, she's in range. Guess so. We're out of resources. I think we managed though. I'm not sure if this is meant to go this way. The fact that she just stood up for some reason makes me feel like we accidentally triggered the entire group for some reason. Oh, we might still. Be careful here. There we go.
No problem.
This was an experience. I guess, is this part of the quest? Alright, well, we are kind wayfarers, and we took the kind route, clearly. Now, we're very passionate hothead.
Got it.
Godheads, Godborn, those. Minko's coin purse, well, at least we got that, that's great. It's just wonderful. And pretty much nothing else of value. You're looking quite lively. Chieftain's Lodge. I guess we get to loot all of this now, so there's a silver lining to this blatant murder hobo-ness. A fair win to you. Yes, to you too. So this might drastically change the story. Oh, we found more friends. Because we did literally just kill the chieftain. Nah, there's no way he's gonna get stealth off in time here. Yeah, just unstealth.
Let's go.
Should be close enough to get both. That's nice. Is this enemy only? No.
You like that?
Yeah, they're not gonna be close enough now, though, are they?
Nice hit.
Of course.
Got something you want to tell me? After him. Yeah.
Parathis!
Parathis.
Yeah. No problem.
So we got a spear. Arquebuses are really scary. Arquebuy? Arquebay? One of those. See if this is any better than what he's wearing. Maybe we should give him better armor. The same as this. He is taking quite a bit of a beating. He's the only one that has gone down so far. Let's give him this. Oof. That looks, stellar. Yeah, she should be fine. Although, 35% recovery time. I'd rather give her some lower armored stuff, actually. Let's give her this. Doesn't really take a lot of damage. Look at that fancy outfit.
Sure.
There might be enemies in here. We did just kill the chieftain. They attacked us, in my defense.
Leave it.
Well.
Sure.
Spirit shield? That it? Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure we're worried about stealing right now. Caught stealing. Yeah, that's really the big issue with this. We're thieves. Clearly. Okay, that's Ludge. So... I assume we also could have stealthed around and stole the purse.
Why not?
We took a more direct approach.
Sure.
Honestly, like... It is what it is, we can't go back. But I hope we don't miss out on some...
You're a follower of the light?
Some story now.
Light.
Champion reputation.
You mean, well, depends on what you mean by follow.
Maybe you heard earlier? I follow Aethys too. Mostly, in a way.
Yeah, in a way.
I mean, I am a child of the Dawn Stars, even if firstly I'm a Gonite.
Mainly by sending your enemies to
That's
death,
good,
I guess.
I guess. For you.
Oh, maybe you don't want to talk about it. That's alright. Surely, some other time, then. Was it the way I said it? Or maybe I'm in need of a washing.
Okay, so apparently we will still lose reputation here. Even though we just... oh, it's Port Maje reputation. Yeah, I don't want to do that. The way this is going, we'll eventually have to slaughter all of Port Maje. Kind of feel like it's just a lot of racism against fire godlikes, to be honest. There's no reason to be upset with us. Let's tell them the good news. We got your purse back. You can feed your children now. There's a bunch of... oh, okay, I clicked the wrong button. No, this actually made sense. There's a bunch of children who won't have parents now. But you get to feed yours. So there's that. Not how I expected my first playthrough to go, to be honest. But every now and then you just gotta put a whole village to the torch, I suppose. Just the way of things. Look, Tori, you're about to get some food.
Most days I'd fire up the kettle for you or something. Sorry.
Mokea's dead. That ought to balance things out.
What? Tiverus?
He gapes at you, brow wrinkling into worried
The
furrows.
governor will not like it.
Yeah.
But you have my gratitude at least. Now I will not have to worry about some madwoman kicking down my door. And the coin purse Mokeo stole? Did you find it? You found it! God smile on you.
Ringle struggles briefly with the strings of the coin purse, then inspects the contents.
I promised you a reward, ne? You've more than held up your end. Agrasima, every soul in town will know what you have done for me, Nico.
Yeah, maybe don't tell everyone in town that we just killed the chieftain. Maybe. Let's talk to the governor. Let's see if he has anything to say about this. Although that might be inviting death. We might go to jail. That would be fun. Did we hand in... yeah, we did. Hi. We, accidentally killed a village.
I hoped your arrival would present an opportunity to raise Port Maje's prospects from the mire in which they are trapped. But you threatened to bury them outright. Why kill Ikawa? We have worked so hard to forge this alliance. Severing it endangers everything we are doing here.
She attacked me. I had to defend myself. She's clearly a racist and doesn't like fire godlikes.
I say this is only to explain that you have made things difficult for yourself as well. We will have to move your ship without the Storm Speaker's aid.
Okay. Sorry. I slipped. with my hatchets on her face. Right, so those were quests. Maybe it's a good thing to leave this city for a bit, let things cool down a bit, you know? Actually, let's rest first, because Adair did go down.
Crew's getting antsy.
Oh, I went to the room, but I should have talked to the innkeeper.
Still kicking, eh? Sure thing.
Alright. So, I'm going to get some more water. I'll be back in five minutes or so. And then we'll apparently slaughter some more innocent tribe villages. Be right back.